not going to waste any more time. I want to go ahead and just say we're going to turn the mic over to Mr. Oche Igboyi to kick us off for tonight. But before we go ahead and let him do his thing, I thought it'd be fun to kind of learn a little bit more about him. You know, because I know Oche because we go back to high school. Remember that, Oche?
Yeah. Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, we go back. We go back. But I want to make sure everyone else gets to know you a little bit better, you know, like I do as well. So my first question to you, brother, is this. Oche Igboyi, who is the man behind the name?
Yeah. So I am Oche Igboyi. Igboyi. Oche is the name that my sister gave me. I've studied three different African languages, and my own language, my own tribe, which is the Idoma tribe. I didn't have it in every language that I studied. I received a name. So in Zulu, my name is Bonelo. It means the one who sets the example. In Yoruba, my name is Babagbomi. And Babagbomi means my father knows me and he hears me. And I didn't have a name in my native tribe, which is Idoma. And so I asked my sister, like, yo, what's up with that? When somebody gonna give me like an African name? And so she gave me the name Oche. And the king of the Idoma people is the Ochidoma. It's a mixture between Oche and Idoma. And so there's a number of people who are from my tribe that are named Oche is very common, very common in my tribe. And so she gave me the name Oche, which means king. And so I said, all right, that's the one we're going to roll with. And so since then, everybody has been calling me Oche. And my kids even asked, Daddy, did you change your name? Like, I was like, no, I haven't. I haven't legally changed it, but that's what everybody calls me now. And so it's great to wear that name because when I was young, even becoming a Christian, I believed that I was a part of a royal priesthood. And so it coming full circle with my sister giving me that name, I can walk actually as a king. And Igboyi is my actual father's last name. So as you know, I was born and raised in Indianapolis, grew up in Indianapolis, and for most of my life, I was not connected at all to my family in Nigeria, but I became connected to them about the time that I became an adult. And since then have grown very strong relationships with my sister, my brothers, my cousins, and that's been a great experience. And so that's where you get Oche Igboyi from.
Awesome, awesome, beautiful, beautiful. Let's go ahead and talk about your style of expression. Tell us how you fell in love with this artistic style of expression that you use and how do you define it?
Yeah, so I am a hip hop artist and I love to do poetry. And I was blessed to have a high school teacher who made us write a poem every single day. And I took that as as a personal mission, as a personal challenge. And it really helped me fall in love with the form of literary work and writing. But I've always been attracted and drawn to and wanted to be a part of hip hop from a very young age. And in the beginning, most of my raps were about the church. Growing up as a Christian, a lot of my rhymes were about just living a life that is one that you can be proud of in a life that you love to share with other people. And so even though my rhymes at this point are not only centered around religion, I still want to make music that enlightens people, make music that empowers people, make music that encourages people, and make music that makes people want to do something. And so that's really where my passion is at. And I like this stage that I'm at now where I'm experimenting more than I had before, which is even more liberating than when I first started.
Okay. So, Oche, a youth comes up to you and says, I love your style. I love your rhymes. How do I do what you do? What do you say?
Start. That's what I say. I say start where you at with what you have. Uh, uh, when I first began rhyming, it was a group that was brought to my church that did a concert, and when they did the show, I just felt in my spirit, like it was in my soul, like that's what you're supposed to be doing. And I'm like, really, God? Like, yeah, that's what you're supposed to be doing. So after the show, I went up to them and gave them my number and said, hey, I really feel like I'm supposed to be doing what y'all doing. And I thought that meant I'm supposed to be a part of their group. And so I tracked them down, bought a CD. On the back of the CD, the address was actually right around the corner from my house. I said, what? So I went to their house. I knocked on the door and everything. And I just was very, very passionate about getting a start. And when I started, the guy over the record label, he just said, hey, why don't you record something and let me hear it? I went home. I had never recorded anything ever. I got a karaoke, my friend's karaoke set. I somehow found a beat. I rapped over it, put it on the tapes, took it back to him. He listened to it and he was like, okay. And that was not a good okay. That was like, okay, like, okay, you sure you want to do this? And so needless to say, nothing really happened with that opportunity, but I still felt a sense of confidence after I left that this is still what you're supposed to be doing. So I think me taking that initiative to actually put something down showed that I was really passionate about it and showed that it was something that I want to do. So if a young person came to me, I say, find a way to make it work with what you have, where you're at, and opportunity will find you. Chances to make it better and do it better will find you if you take it serious with what you have currently.
Awesome. So we can say you can't quit. You can't expect to just come into your craft overnight. So that's a lesson for everyone. Would you agree to that?
Yes, because I definitely suck.
Absolutely. Oh, great. And one more thing too, Oche, about how old were you when all this kind of happened? What was that timeline like for you?
So when what happened? When I really which part?
Oh, when you kind of went and you said, hey, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Because, I remember you back from high school, and I knew right then and there when we were in class together, you had this amazing gift already. Because we've kind of collaborated on things, in high school. And I think we did some stuff with the Youth Video Institute together, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yes.
But at that point, when you and I kind of connected, you already had this wonderful gift. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you, too, I found that rap that we did sophomore year. I think it was junior year, actually, junior year. You would not believe that I just happened to stumble across it. And I was like, oh my goodness, I found this rap that we did for Black History Month back when we were juniors. Wow. But when I met you, you already had this gift. So how old were you when this experience happened?
Yeah, so it happened in spurts. So I really began writing songs in like the second grade, third grade is when I started. And then I got really passionate about rapping around the age of 10. And I went to, unfortunately, I went to a church at that time where the pastor said, that's of the world. And that's not something that we do as Christians. That's not something you should be trying to do as a Christian. So I let it go for a couple years until that concert that I told you. And that concert was around 12, 13 when I went to that concert. That it felt like God calling me back, like, don't just give up on what I've given you. Like, I've given you a gift. It's time to start moving in that gift. And so I would say since then, I've really been going pretty strong in music until I took a break like recently.
Okay, amazing. All right, we're giving the floor to you, brother. Go ahead, do your thing.
Yeah. So one thing that Alpil said was about me being from Indianapolis. I don't live in Indianapolis now, and actually, when I let this song out, a lot of people were like, "I heard you back. I heard they told me that you back now," and so I'm not quite back yet, and I don't have anything in the works right now, but I still got a lot of love for where I'm from. And so I got this song right here called Back and Nap. And I hopefully, sound is going to work where y'all able to hear it and everything. So we're going to listen to some songs. And if I had to name this set, it would be Work in Progress. Because everything that I'm going to let you hear is an early feature. And it's an early opportunity to hear some of the stuff that I've been working on lately. So this is called Back and Nap.
It's just different.
Every time I go back, it's always another thing.
It's always another
thing. When I get back in that, they be like, it's always a good vibe. But people got a lot of questions. They be like, hey yo, Oche, what you doing? Heard you had went back to school and wanna catch up on the news and what it's like are you coolin'? Got a toolie for them jackers that be cruising. Are you ballin'? Are you snoozing? Bet you winning, never losing. Honey dip, are you choosing? Taking kiddies to the pool and laying back and barbecuing. Really, what you doing? They be saying, am I feeling like a man? Bank account a couple grand, taking trips off in the motherland. When I go back where I'm staying, they ain't African, correction, Nigerian. I'm a Hoosier, I'm Edoma, I'm the author, California. I'm the reason for the Rona. Don't be asking questions you don't want no answers to. When you see me, man, I'm sold up, man, I'm rolling with my crew. In the nap, yeah, the nap, that's where they stay up in the nap, like every day up in the. Don't be asking questions you don't want no answers to. When you see me, man, I'm sold up, man, I'm rolling with my crew. In the nap, that's where they stay up in the nap, like every day up in the. Yeah. So being from Indianapolis, it's not everything that we're known for, but we're known for some good stuff. We got good people, we got affordable living, it's a lot of vibe, it's a lot of flavor, and it's a lot of talent. And so I feel like I'm part of a strong heritage wherever I go to be able to tell them, yo, I'm from Naptown. They're like, from where? I say from Naptown. And they got to recognize, even if they don't know what Naptown is, now they know what Naptown is because they know who I am. And so I like to represent it wherever I'm going. And they still ask questions. They be like, hey yo, Oche, what you doing? Heard you had went back to school and wanna catch up on the news and what it's like. Are you coolin'? Are you coolin'? Yeah, they be like, hey yo, Oche, what you doing? Heard you had went back to school and wanna catch up on the news and what it's like. Are you coolin'? Toolie for them jackers that be cruising. That's that piece. That's called Back in Nap, y'all. That's called Back in Nap.
Right.
Well,
let me ask you this question, Oche, because that piece is very inspirational. What would you say it means to be Black? Because that spoke to us in so many different ways. Could you go ahead and expound on that while you're kind of expounding on your lyrics?
So I think that to be Black is to be unintentionally excellent. I think it means to be immeasurably valuable, but never really knowing how valuable you are. I think it's having power that you don't see that everybody knows that you have. I think it's to be despised for your greatness and loathed because others want what you have. I think that to be Black is to be way closer to the Creator than anybody is willing or ready to admit.
All right. Oche, now how do we protect our Blackness? How do we protect that?
I think that we got to make up our mind as a people to love the things that help us flourish as a people. Hate the things that tear us down as a people. It's not politically convenient at all. Because you're going to fall on the side of being a conservative some days. You're going to fall on the side of being a progressive some days. You're going to be every negative name that they can name somebody. That's what you will be if you are 100% for your people. And you got to be ready to go with that. You got to be ready to take every punch that comes with that, be called every name that comes with that. But you are fearlessly fighting for the progression of your people. That means that it's not going to fit conveniently in any box.
Yes. All right, Oche, take us on to the next piece, brother.
Okay, so I got this one right here. This one is called let me make sure we got it queued up right. Mastermind. And this one is in response to, I'll tell you afterwards. You ever have somebody reach out to you to get guidance on something where it's not your area of expertise, and you send them to somebody else where they can get the help that they're looking for? I wish we would do that with our kids today. I wish we would. But we getting real reckless, y'all. Who gon' tell the baby girl to ignore what she sees? Scrolling on every app and grinding on every screen. Every demon is fiending to run away with her dream. Tell her she is somebody that she has never seen. Tell her she is the miracle work of a master plan. And if she look hard enough, she might see the master's hand. Might of the master's hand is seen whenever she shines. Even when she's asleep, she stay on her mastermind. Bigger than her behind is the purpose for which she's made. Plan of her lifespan is better than getting paid. Better than taxing brothers is making the devil pay for every lie that he told. Blessing he took away. Her blessings are here to stay. She ain't gotta be fine. She ain't gotta be ratchet to stay on her mastermind. She ain't gotta be nasty. She ain't gotta be wet to have a beauty that shines. Flow they'll never forget. All the people around her will tell her how dope she is. She already had a purpose before she started having kids. All the people around her will tell her how dope she is. She already had a purpose before she started having kids. You gotta let that one ride. Just let it ride. Do you know who the guardian of the next generation is? It's our sons. As we keep trying to teach our daughters what it means to be a woman, who's out here teaching our sons what it means to be a man? Check it. That there's a place in this world for their masculinity, for their manhood. Who's out here teaching them that ain't nothing wrong, ain't nothing toxic about their masculinity and who they were made to be? Who gonna teach the boys? Who gonna teach them? We gotta teach them. Check it. Who gonna teach our boys? The part of being a man is understanding his purpose, coming up with a plan. Before becoming a father, he can start a company in every child that he has. Start on an LLC, give them babies direction, give them a little cheese, teach them all about leverage before they get them degrees. Teach them how to negotiate and get a little more. Whatever they've been asking, whatever they hitting for. Teach them to grow slow, expectations in check. Teach them to make a change when ain't no money on deck. Teach them how they can level up, and when they wait to get married, that's beating the devil up. Teach them how to be rich. They ain't gotta be poor. One thing they'll never be is out here without support. Teach them that home base is wherever you reside. Teach them about the faith. Teach them all about God. Teach them how about being a man. Teach them to find a wife to help take over the land. Teach them that having babies is part of their life. And all the pride of a lion resides in his prodigy. Teach them about money and how to master time. And if they master emotion, they could be a mastermind. Teach them to master money and how to master time. And if they master emotion, they could be a mastermind. Yeah. So that piece is like, yo, we are the masterminds. But why aren't we sharing these lessons that we've learned? If you've been on this earth for 30 years, what you've been doing? If you've been on this earth for 40 years, 50 years, what you've been doing? Are you passing that information on? You're the mastermind. Your kids can be masterminds. If we teaching them the lessons that we learned, we done bumped our heads. I got knots all over my head. I done bumped my head. Like, yo, am I going to keep my sons from bumping their heads in the same place? Or am I just going to let them do what they're going to do? And it's sad that we're having arguments over songs like the one that is causing so much drama in our community. Like, why are we even arguing over this? Why is this a discussion? Teach your daughters that they are precious. Teach them that they are immeasurable in value. Teach them they are somebody. Teach your sons they are somebody. That's our job. And I'm like, man, we out here, like, if you don't have nothing intelligent to say to the kids, just be quiet. Just be quiet. Let's not
Yes,
have these silly arguments over stuff that we know right from wrong. We was taught it. Why don't we just pass that on? And if we can't, get out the way and let somebody else come in and teach our kids how they can be masterminds. And that's what that piece is about.
yes, yes, yes. Absolutely. Oche, go ahead and tell us now, how do we get some of your work? How it's so inspirational, so encouraging. You are dropping so many nuggets on us tonight and so much encouragement and uplifting us. Where can we go and hear? Because after tonight, we want to hear it again. Where can we go?
Yo. So you can go straight to my website, ocheigboyi.com. That's OCHEIGBOYI.
Awesome. Keep that in
OcheIgboyi.com. I got
mind.
shirts, I got tees. You want to get fresh? Come on now. We can get you fresh. Don't even worry about
That's
it. We got you. We got the
all
clothing.
right.
We also got the music. So you can get all of my music. Is streaming everywhere. It's on Spotify. It's on Pandora. It's on Amazon. All those music outlets. But you can get to all that through my website. Oche, OCHE, Igboyi, IGBOYI.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. You know what? We want to keep that energy flowing. And when you are here at open mic night, this is a community type of engagement, okay? So we want to make sure we want to get back to our feature. So, Oche, brother, we're ready for you.
Yeah. So this one I'm gonna do acapulco. You know, that's what we say about acapella. Right now it's 11:20 in the p.m. Rayshard Brooks got clapped running from them. But would the world know if we hadn't got it on film? Opportunity, our community, we ain't see 'em. Ain't no gladiator to frequent our coliseum. And if you think that you hard, then you might be a mausoleum. Take this backpack to the back of the taqueria, fill it straight to the brim. Leave a message for Slim. Tell him I've been grinding and I ain't even making ends. And probably when I find him, we can't even make amends. I ain't even making friends with half of the things I say. None of it makes sense to half of us pass away. Half of us Freddie Gray, or all of us George Floyd. Nobody allowed to move, the establishment get annoyed. I try not to avoid the movement, but the Rona got me second guessing all the ways I've been moving. Watch the media we consuming, cause Karens, they deny our greatness, yet they pray for our ruin. Reparations out of the question, they suggesting. If we give it to them, that mean we kind of confessing. Mean we kind of regressing. Mean we losing our leverage. Mean we losing our blessing to have them fetch us a beverage. Will you please fetch me my slippers, my young nigger? My nigga, my Negro, never gonna call you niggas. Used to entertain us, now you only frustrate us. Redistribute the wealth and you probably still hate us. How many Breonna Taylors before you get the message? Ain't a nigga alive that can hinder these white blessings. That's that piece.
Yes.
One piece. This is the piece that I used to do. And I stopped doing that after a while. I stopped doing this piece. I heard you hee-hee-hoing like this was Lamar's class. My first thought was to bust in, my second was bypass. See, people used to tell me you're in it for my cash, but I couldn't hear them because you're the dream girl of my past. Remember when I met you, you didn't think much of future father of your children and partner in much love. Started out sleeping on pallets of pillows and plush rugs. I had a job at BJ's and yours was the scrub tubs. Way before the Beamer, we catching the Metro. Don't mean to be sentimental, but I gotta go retro. See, your mama used to tell you that I was a good man. And she always wanted you to go marry a Christian. But I guess that you just wanted to see what you missing. You weren't content with me, so you had to go fishing. All couples have their problems. All couples go through pain. But what you doing sickens me enough to have me out here walking in the rain, it posing. That's for showing. Problems come in, troubles flowing. When you feeling like it's nowhere to go, just take a walk in the rain. It hurts to see you totally disrespecting me. How can you be so close to me, yet still rejecting me? I got lost in love. I loved and lost. I loved and lost it all. And I'm lost because I paid the cost of love and lost it all. I didn't need to make a scene so that you could feel my pain. I just turned away, hit the street, start walking in the rain. Maybe you were thinking, I was out doing the same. Is that the reason why you got me out here walking in the rain, it posing? That's for sure. When problems come in, troubles flow in, you feeling like it's nowhere to go, just take a walk in the rain. Lord, I know that you can hear me, and I know you feel my pain, and you know the reason why I'm out here walking in the rain. I know you saw it coming and you let it happen. Why is that? Was you teaching me to love someone that will not love me back? Was you saying that loving her is part of loving you? Is that denying myself when I want to say I'm through? Is this what you felt like when you was hanging on the cross? When your own people denied you instead of admitting they was lost? If this is what it felt like, God, I can feel your pain. And I apologize for all the times I had you walking in the rain.
Snap that up, clap that up. Woo! Who out there knows what that feels like to love and lost, or love and lose, to love and not have? You know, painful. Because I've been there. I'm not gonna say any more about that. So I wrote a book about it, but we're not gonna go all into that. But definitely a beautiful piece. Definitely a beautiful piece, especially. Yeah, right, yes, sir. Go ahead.
No, I just that's the one that I want to end on, because that's one that for years, like when the pain hits you, sometimes it hits you so hard you like, I don't want, nah, we ain't talking about that. We could talk about anything and everything else, but that we ain't going there. We ain't talking that. We ain't going there. We ain't gonna do that. But what I've learned is that we own our experiences. Our experiences don't own us. And when you're brave enough to own your experience, you can actually liberate others. One thing that I had that my mother, since I was young, has always had this struggle. And it's affected my childhood and it's affected my adulthood as well. And it took me to find someone telling their testimony that they had the same struggle. And listening to them, I refused to go along believing that my mother could be set free. From that moment on, I moved with the understanding my mother would be set free. And it was because that woman owned her experience. She didn't shy away from it. She didn't tuck it. She didn't act like it didn't happen, because meeting her, hearing her speak, seeing who she is and where she stands in society, she has a very, very high position in society. You would never in a million years think that was her experience. You would say anybody but her. But hearing her say that, I was like, oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Now we're not walking in shame. We're gonna claim this thing and we're gonna walk in it. And so that's part of me reclaiming my own story, because when we're open enough and free enough to be able to say, yeah, I went through that. That was me. That's what I went through. And look at where I'm at now, and look at what I'm on now. It really helps somebody else to believe that they can make it through that too. And so that's the reason why I felt like I needed to do that piece.
It was a beautiful piece, a beautiful piece. I mean, definitely, definitely. Like I said, I can relate in so many different ways. So I appreciate that piece. I think on a different perspective than the other ones that I've heard tonight. Because I'm about to go on ahead and get some of this music from you. So go ahead and let us know one more time where we can get your music, where we can see more of you. Go ahead and get that to us again.
Yeah. So I've already said my website, which is ocheigboyi.com, OcheIgboyi, Igboyi.
Yes. So
You can go to there, but you can find me on Facebook on my Oche Igboyi page on Facebook, so you can catch up with me there. I try to keep it updated and everything, and you can follow me on all social media.
awesome, beautiful. We appreciate